Hello everyone, today I'm going to be talking about Stephen Hawking. Now, who was he? Well, you probably heard about him before. Stephen Hawking is well known by the creation of many theorems in the physics world, and also by the disease he had. Stephen Hawking is the son of Frank and Isabel Eileen Hawking. He was born on January 8, 1942, on Oxford, England, in the middle of World War II. In 1950, Hawking moved with his family to St. Albans because his father got a new job there. At school, Hawking was good, but not an amazing student as we would imagine. He started university in 1959. He managed to get a scholarship to Oxford University, which was the same university his father studied physics in the past. It was there that he pursued his particular interest in thermodynamics, relativity, and quantum mechanics. Even though he was not the perfect student and had sometimes lax study habits and his boredom with university life, he graduated in 1962 with a first-class bachelor degree. After graduating from Oxford, Stephen Hawking decided to study sunspot at the Oxford University Observatory. But soon he realized that he was more interested in theories instead of observations, so he moved to Trinity Hall in Cambridge and studied with Fred Hoyle, the most distinguished English astronomer of the time. When he turned 21, the symptoms of a disease started to appear. He was diagnosed with amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, a type of motor neuron disease that slowly made him lose control of his body. Doctors predicted that he was not going to be alive for more than 3 years, but they were wrong. He did lose control of his arms, legs, and voice, but Stephen Hawking only died at the age of 76 on March 14, 2018. He could only move his fingers, so he was put in a wheelchair which he could control by using them. He also got a computer which he could type with small movements of his fingers, and then the computer would speak what he typed by the use of a voice synthesizer. In 1965, he married Jane Moore. The couple met at a party before Hawking got diagnosed with his disease. They got married knowing about the challenge they were going to face ahead and had 3 kids, Robert, Lucy, and Timothy. Unfortunately, they separated in 1991 due to the pressures of Hawking fame and his increasing disability. Related to his work and accomplishment, in 1974, at the age of 32, he was elected one of the youngest ever fellows of the Royal Society. He got 12 honorary degrees, as well as many medals, awards, and prizes. He also managed to get the Albert Einstein Award, which is one of the most prestigious in theoretical physics. Stephen Hawking once said, "My goal is simple. It's a complete understanding of the universe, why it is as it is, why it exists at all," and that's what he spent his whole life searching and doing. Throughout his life, Stephen Hawking showed interest in gravitational singularity theorems and black holes. As a young man, Hawking worked on general relativity, investigating the problem of how black holes form, proved a set of remarkable theorems about the circumstances under which swirling clouds of matter undergo gravitational collapse, giving rise to the gravitational singularities. But what is a singularity? They are points where space-time appear to be infinitely curved. Events in which the laws of physics seem to break down. In easier words, a large object such as a giant star can collapse under the pull of its own gravity in a runaway process. All of its mass shrinks into an infinite small point of infinite density. And that is what a singularity is. Working together with Roger Penrose, Hawking was able to prove that Albert Einstein's theory of general relativity was right, and that it predicted a singularity in the past, the Big Bang. They proved the existence of a singularity in space-time, and also implied that space and time would have had indeed a beginning in a Big Bang event and would end in black holes. Basically, they provided strong evidence of the necessary formation of black holes in our universe. An important event in Hawking's life, it is what's now called the biggest mistake. Hawking affirmed that a black hole can only increase in size and never decrease. And if we think about it, it makes sense. Nothing can escape a black hole. Everything that gets near it gets swollen, making it increase in mass and gain matter. A physicist named Jacob Bekenstein went against what Hawking was saying. He suggested that the surface area of the black hole's event horizon might be a measure of the black hole's entropy. So, if an object has entropy, it must have a temperature, and if an object has a temperature, it must radiate energy, which means something gets out of a black hole. So Hawking tried to prove that Bekenstein was wrong, but he ended up admitting later that the student was correct. By the use of quantum theory and general relativity, Hawking was able to prove that black holes should emit radiation. He shocked everyone by saying that, indeed, some things can escape a black hole. When a pair of particles go near a black hole, one of the particles falls in and leaves the other one to leave. Those escaping particles are known today as Hawking radiation. The particles absorbed by the black hole are negative, making then the total energy of the black hole decreases, and therefore its mass. Hawking had proved himself wrong. Black holes can get smaller after all. Stephen Hawking changed the whole physics world with his theories. He wrote many books in the past. His most famous one is called A Brief History of Time. The book has sold more than 10 million copies since it was released. To conclude this video about Stephen Hawking, a fun fact about him. Once during an important lecture, a huge crash broke the spell. Stephen Hawking's wheelchair was laying down because he fell from the stage he was lecturing in. The student got scared. Stephen Hawking was laying down on the floor with his feet in the air in an odd angle. He was shaking a lot, and one of the students asked if he was dying. His translator translated what Stephen Hawking was saying, and he was actually laughing, and he said, "Fell off the edge of the universe." Thanks for watching!